Hey, gosh, I'm so excited right now. I want to share something with you. And to be honest, I've been planning about sharing this for a while. But today I had an amazing session with my coach, and it feels like the perfect time to do this. And I'm actually so excited about it that I took the time to prepare a little bit of my drawing. It's not the glass, it's not the label on the jar. This is a little bit different. So don't assume that I've taught this before, because I haven't, but I have talked about it, and it's about life force particles. It's about regaining lost energy. It's about regaining positive energy. And as you can see, I'm bursting with excitement at the moment. So what is it all about? Well, this concept that we've been taught about is the idea that when you're born with a container, a vessel, you can call it a jar if you want, of these things called life force particles, and they're different colors. You can imagine maybe that they are like different colored jelly beans. Now, jelly beans wouldn't last very long in my house because Lali would run off with them and eat them all, probably in bed, and then complain she can't get to sleep. But imagine that when you're born with 100% energy, 100% potential energy, and 100% of these positive life force particles. And then as things happen, they start to be taken away from you. So maybe you had a traumatic birth and there's some of your potential life force caught up in that. And then maybe when you're at 5, you get teased at school, or like me, they pull your undies down in front of the class. And then when you're a 5-year-old at school, you've got this trauma caught up in the embarrassment of having people dack you in front of others. I'm definitely not the only one that this happened to. And then let's think that maybe your first boyfriend or girlfriend, you had a bad breakup and that was traumatic for you. So all these things happen, they're robbing you of this 100% potential life force. It's like your fuel tank is being drained. And then something happens with a business and you lose money. And then you have a big car accident, or you go to court over a car accident. Maybe you lose your license for drink driving. So there's these things that happen where you're being robbed of your potential life force. Now, they say that by the time you turn 40, you've got about 10% of your potential life force left. 10% of your potential life force is left by the time you turn 40. How can you possibly operate at 100%? How can you possibly be 100% on when you've only got 10% of your potential life force? Now, the thing is, we really only identify what we want with our lives by the time we turn 40. Isn't it unfortunate? But by the time we turn 40, we've also ran out of a lot of the power that we need. And I don't mean power over others. I mean the power to do what we want to do, the power to take that course, the power to have the courage, the power to work late nights and get up early, the power to step out of our comfort zone and coach soccer when I've never learnt a soccer in my life. Things like that require courage, they require power, they require us to step out of our comfort zone. And this morning I had a coaching session with my coach, Raul. And to be honest, this happens every time. I'm like, I don't really know what we're going to talk about. And then boom, he asks the right questions and I'm like, unlocking all this potential power. And for me, a lot of it comes from guilt. Okay, and for me, the guilt is, you know what, life's pretty good for me at the moment. I live in a great place. I have this northerly light that I can see every single day. It's like a picture into the universe. I'm making enough money to make ends meet. I'm supporting my family. I have a car. Yes, it's a Holden Barina. Google it. And my ego hates that. But I'm not prepared to put all this extra effort in to spend some of this potential energy just to get a better car. It's not important to me right now. But the cool thing is I have the potential power if something important enough for me comes up that I want to take action on it. And every single day I do things with my business partner, Sue, that fill me with joy. And I was explaining to my coach that we almost feel guilty for sitting in a library all day on a Friday, planning our workshops, processing each other on things that have come up in our lives, making our content and our delivery really good so we can deliver as much value as possible. And the ability to do that is hinged on having as much of our potential life force as possible. It doesn't happen when our life force is being tied up in things that happen when we're 5, broken relationships, guilt over things that happen. It robs us of our potential power. So I share this with you, not just to make myself feel silly for driving a Holden Barina, but also just to let you know that there's hope. Whatever you're going through now, whatever you've been through in the past, you can take responsibility, you can get help, you can get coaching, you can process these things. There's so many different ways of doing it, so many different professionals that can help us. But please, don't sit on the couch eating these things, these lollies, watching Netflix all day, thinking that there's no hope and no one's going to help you. Take some action, do some research, reach out to me and I'll point you in the right direction. Let's get your potential life force back, because you know what? Winter is nearly over. Game of Thrones quote, warning. Winter is nearly over when it comes to what's going on with COVID right now. And there's hope on the horizon. My clients are talking about hope. So let's get you ready to be in the best possible condition you can be. Have as many positive life force particles as possible. So when the opportunity of a lifetime presents itself to you, you're in the right headspace. You've got all the fuel in your tank and you're ready to go.